Bailey Chanking frowned and looked at Zhang Yi. The smile on his face slowly disappeared, and his expression was serious. But if we conceal the information about you from the headquarters, once the matter is exposed, we will be severely punished. Zhu Shuai is a military man, so the system of Blizzard City is also militarized management, with clear rewards and punishments. Zhang Yi frowned and asked in surprise, "Hide? Why hide? When did I ask you to hide information from the senior officials of Blizzard City?" Bailey Chanking. "Huh?" Zhang Yi smiled cunningly. "You saw with your own eyes that I killed the Yuan Kongye?" Bailey Chanking was stunned. "No." Zhang Yi continued to ask, "Do you know my current strength level?" Bailey Chanking was stunned again and shook his head after a moment of silence. "I don't know. If he didn't fight in person, he certainly couldn't judge how strong Zhang Yi is now. But according to logic..." Zhang Yi bit his finger and interrupted Bailey Chanking's speech. "We can't talk about logic. We need to talk about evidence. You can't be sure of what I said, so it's not concealment if you don't report it. Although Zhang Yi's logic is a bit speechless, if you think about it carefully, there is nothing wrong with it." Bailey Chanking was almost confused by Zhang Yi's logic. "But that's what I said. But how the mission of Tianhai City was completed, we still need to explain this point." Zhang Yi waved his hand. "I have thought about this question for you. The greatest credit should be given to the sacrificed captain." Zhang Yi thought of the time when Bian Junwu died in front of him. In fact, when Zhang Yi asked Bian Junwu to use Ice Soul, Bian Junwu had probably seen through Zhang Yi's thoughts. It's just that the situation was critical at the time and he had no other choice. Speaking of which, Zhang Yi still felt a little guilty towards Bian Junwu. Not much, but still a little. Although he is a self-centered person, he is still unwilling to easily harm people who have no grudges against him, unless his life is threatened. "I will not do it if I can benefit the world by plucking a hair, and I will not do it if the whole world serves me." This is Zhang Yi's basic principle of dealing with people. So now he decided to give the credit for killing Yuan Kongye to Bian Junwu. At least it can give his wife and children, who he has been thinking about, a better life. Without the influence of Bian Junwu's ability, Yuan Kongye would not have died. So Bian Junwu has made the greatest contribution. And Yuan Kongye's death was not caused by me, Zhang Yi. Instead, under the leadership of your investigation team, all the mutants in Tianhai City worked together to help Yuan Kongye's ability to be overconsumed, and the side effects of the ability broke out and she died. What do you think of this explanation? Zhang Yi told a story to himself. Bailey Chanking sighed deeply after listening. "You don't look like a warehouse manager, but like a writer of online novels." Zhang Yi sneered. "What a joke! Those who write online novels are all poor and will starve to death." "Wait a minute, I'm the writer of this story, that means..." "Anyway, I have said this. I can't control your thoughts, you decide what to do." Zhang Yi has already expressed his attitude. He believes that Bailey Chanking and others will make the right choice. After all, no one will go against their own interests. Bailey Chanking only understood at this time. Why did Zhang Yi put on an overbearing look when he just came here? He deliberately left a bad impression on the team members, so that they would not want to accept Zhang Yi as their captain. So now, as long as Bailey Chanking goes back and uses his prestige in the team to guide them, the team members should agree to this matter readily. There is another key point here. If Zhang Yi completely abandons this credit, then this credit will fall on the investigation team. The team members can also get generous rewards. Zhang Yi saw that Bailey Chanking was moved. He knew that if nothing unexpected happened, he had successfully made Bailey Chanking his mouthpiece. Seeing that Bailey Chanking was still thinking, Zhang Yi opened up the dimension and took out a black pistol. It was Bian Junwu's pistol, which was lent to him during the war. The gun was specially made and Bian Junwu's name was on it. Zhang Yi felt that he should return it. The key is that there is nothing special about the gun. What is special is the bullet inside. Bailey Chanking couldn't help but sigh when he saw Bian Junwu's pistol. His old friend of many years just left forever. Zhang Yi looked at him and said, "The bullet you used before is called the origin bullet, right?" Zhang Yi was very interested in the origin bullet. It could actually threaten high-level mutants, so of course he wanted this good thing. After all, among his means of attack, guns are a very important one. Zhang Yi's principle is to try not to use guns if you can, and never get close if you can take advantage of the long range. The main thing is to use a long-handed person to beat a short-handed person. Bailey Changqing glanced at Zhang Yi and said seriously, "Don't even think about it. Origin bullets are strictly controlled strategic materials even in the regional headquarters. I can't give it to you." Zhang Yi laughed. "Can't we talk about it?" Bailey Changqing teased, "There is only one possibility for you to get the origin bullet. That is to join the headquarters and become a member of the investigation team." Zhang Yi smiled helplessly. Sure enough, just as he thought, this kind of thing is not so easy to get. "Forget it. I won't sacrifice my future for a bullet." "Then it's decided happily. I'll go back first. See you when you're free." Zhang Yi paused and changed his words. Forget it. It's better for us not to meet again." If he saw Bailey Changqing again, it would mean that something happened again. Zhang Yi didn't want to have so many troubles again. He walked to the door and prepared to go out. Bailey Changqing looked at Zhang Yi's back and suddenly stopped him. "Zhang Yi, you have such a strong power now. Are you really willing to live in peace and be an ordinary person?" "You could have done something great in troubled times," Zhang Yi said without turning his head. "There's nothing wrong with being an ordinary person." Originally, being able to eat and wait for death was the life Zhang Yi most desired. He enjoys his current life. He doesn't need to work. He stays at home every day. He has a few friends around him to chat, eat, drink, and have fun. There are beautiful girls at home. Such a happy life is simply heaven. What else do you need a bicycle? Zhang Yi was too lazy to explain to Bailey Changqing. Everyone has a different way of living. Just live happily. Bailey Changqing watched Zhang Yi go away. When Zhang Yi disappeared from his sight, his frown quickly calmed down. Unconsciously, a relaxed smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Now he can finally take over the position of captain without any psychological burden. Zhang Yi left the location of the investigation team and planned to go back to the shelter. Xing Tian had been waiting for him outside. "Old Zhang, you chat so fast," Zhang Yi said lightly. "I just chatted with them about some things, and I came out after explaining the things." Zhang Yi didn't plan to talk to Xing Tian much, but Xing Tian was very enthusiastic. Xing Tian smiled flatteringly. "Look at what you said. We are all brothers. Why are you so polite? It's getting late. Stay for dinner." Zhang Yi sighed and patted Xing Tian's arm. "Okay, don't give me that. It's really meaningless. If you encounter any problems in the future, I will help you if it's convenient, but..." Zhang Yi smiled deeply. "From now on, you and Qingpu Base have to listen to me. Do you understand?" Xing Tian was not unhappy at all and said readily, "No problem. Take whatever you need here. We will also follow your instructions in the future." Zhang Yi couldn't help but look Xing Tian up and down. This kid was quite straightforward. He said he didn't want the power in his hands and was willing to be Zhang Yi's younger brother. Xing Tian smiled nonchalantly. "Power is very useful, but I was not born to be a leader. You are smarter and more powerful than me. I have nothing to worry about handing over the Qingpu Base to you." Xing Tian's greatest advantage is that he knows himself. What's wrong with the Qingpu Base surrendering to Zhang Yi? At least there will be a big backer to rely on in the future. Otherwise, with Zhang Yi's current strength, it would be a piece of cake to destroy them. Zhang Yi walked towards the snowmobile and looked at Xing Tian from the window. "That's right. Now the three major base organizations, including the Qingpu Base, have almost no decent defense force. The mutants have died, and almost all the soldiers who can use weapons skillfully have died in battle." Zhang Yi took a deep breath, but he didn't feel very relaxed. In the past, the 5 major forces in Tianhai City, plus his team, were very strong. As one of the most populous cities in China, Tianhai City's combat power level is also first class in the country. Of course, it cannot be compared with the 6 major military regions, but ordinary cities are rarely stronger than them. However, now that Tianhai City has been ruined and withered by the snow worship cult, its combat power has plummeted. In the future, Zhang Yi does not need to worry about the threats of several major forces, but he may face invasions from surrounding cities. After all, Tianhai City has always been prosperous and wealthy, with sufficient supplies. In the eyes of the forces belonging to those surrounding cities, it has become a huge piece of fat. "It's really troublesome," Zhang Yi exhaled. "Afraid? That's not the case. With his current strength, as long as he doesn't take the initiative to provoke trouble, there are few people in the entire Jiangnan region who can pose a threat to him. But as long as the surroundings are in a state of disorder and chaos, he can't enjoy life in peace. The tree wants to be quiet, but the wind doesn't stop." Zhang Yi drove his snowmobile towards the shelter. Zhang Yi rubbed his neck. Now it seems that the existence of such a force in the Jiangnan region is indeed necessary and inevitable.